Happy to be connected, ma'am, here. Just a minute, ma'am. Dr. Chandra, can you able to see the recording in your screen?
Yes, sir. It shows it's a recording. Meeting is
Okay,
recorded.
thank you, thank you. Very good evening, one and all present here. I'm happy to welcome today's resource person, Mrs. P. Santa Kumari, madam. She's an assistant professor of psychology, CTT College, Chennai. And also I welcome all the participants and core team members on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, Madurai, and Meta School of Social Work, Chennai, M.H. Chalamuthi Institute, Madurai, Red Pond Education Psychological Research Center, Madurai, and Yellow Pond Counseling Center. I welcome today's speaker, Santa Kumari ma'am, on behalf of our core team members and the mental health webinar series. And I also welcome all the participants for today's webinar session. Now I request our core team member, Dr. Chandra, to introduce the speaker to the audience over here. Over to you, Dr. Chandra.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone, and very happy to have you here, ma'am. So today's resource person, Mrs. P.P. Shanta Kumari. She is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Psychology at CTT College, Chennai. She has 3 years of work experience in de-addiction and psychiatric hospital. She is also a seasoned life skill trainer, career guidance counselor, and a mentor with different NGOs, organizations, and forums. And she has met out her life challenges with sheer guts, motivation, love, and compassion. So she has also helped students to grow personally and also professionally. Ma'am, we have got a here today, and we are very happy to hear from you an interesting topic, innocence to inner sense, on women's mental health. I hope to have a very interesting session as the topic. Thank you very much for being here, ma'am. Now I hand over the session to you.
All positive vibe at the beginning of the session, and thank you for creating that vibe now. So moving into the session, let me start my session, and hopefully, like as Chandra said, as like the topic, it should be very interesting, I guess. Okay, so moving into it. So before I start up with this topic, before I share my screen, I would like to ask, like, when you saw my topic, what was your expectation on this? Like, what was your expectation on this? Anybody in the participant side, you can actually share.
Ma'am, though I'm a core team member, I'm
Okay.
also one of the participants here, ma'am. So with that
Okay.
note, I'm what I would think about the topic is like, how does the women is innocent?
Okay.
I feel like that, ma'am. I feel personally like that. How
Yes.
her innocence is helping her to judge things in her life and how it's impacting her mental health.
Yes. Okay. So you're almost near to the, I mean, my content. Okay. So the reason for choosing this topic is because when myself and my friend had a talk, like we were actually searching for the psychiatric hospital for the female, you know. That time we got to know, like, very minimum of hospitals, they actually have this IP, that is inpatient facility for the women. So that is where the question started arising, like, is that the psychiatric illness is very vulnerable only for the men, not only for, I mean, not for the women? That is where the question actually started off. Okay, so when we had the conversation about that, that is the time where we realized there are very minute differences are there in the psychiatric illness, that is between the genders, because as Anastasia used to tell that what is the, I mean, cognition differences, and all used to tell, like, show me, like, whom you're talking about. Okay, so this is something like that. When you talk about the psychiatric illness, you know, like it is based on the individuals. Okay, so it doesn't makes a differences in a common way, that is not in every aspect, maybe in certain way, yes, there is some differences. Okay, so but the thing is, when we talk about the treatment, and also when we actually have this readiness for the change, or to go through, to accept the problem related to the psychiatric issues and all. Usually, when comparative with the men, women have lots of stigma and they don't even come out for that. Because of that reason only, we are very, very limited of hospitals which provide the facilities of IP and all. We have OP facilities for the both the genders, but not for the women. IP comparatively. So moving into it, this is where that innocence lies here. Okay, so innocence here, what I mean is not becoming aware of your state. That is, that can be an emotional state, that can be your well-being. Okay, that can be anything, like what you think, what you act, and what you feel, how you feel, all these things. When there is no that much awareness on that, then only the actual problem arises. Okay, when you are so much of aware of your state, then you will move on with the seeking for the solution and all. You will find the solution for your problem. But when you don't have that awareness, that is where the point you actually get stuck. Okay, then only all your well-being will get affected. Everything will be getting affected. So that is where I thought of doing this topic. So this is very much important, that too in our society, women's mental health, like that too being in the pandemic period, that is last a few months and a long period, like we are in this state where we are having that all these of issues, psychiatric issues and all. Because of this reason, when they don't have that much awareness, they don't even get ready for their treatment. One minute. Something. Yes, getting back to this. Okay. Moving to the next slide. In this period, that is being in this pandemic, this is something I got from one of my friend, where when we were talking about this domestic violence and the divorce cases and all, this is something very shocking for me. Reason is because the rate, the count of this divorce and the domestic violence have come in a very, very drastic changes has come. Okay, so comparatively in our country, that is India, and also like being in our state, everything, like when comparatively nowadays, more than the crime, like this mental issues, like regarding this domestic violence, or regarding this divorce and all these things have started. Because this divorce, when we talk about this divorce and the reason for the divorce, and being like having this domestic violence and all these have a connection with your psychiatric well-being. Like when you're not in a very comfortable zone, when you get so much of stressed out of it, you actually yell at your partner, and you don't be in a proper relationship with them, that is healthier way. And in another way, you will not be having any comfort zone to vent it out, like your emotions and all these things will make you to push into a state where there is no other option to earn a piece of peace of mind. You go on with the state, like applying for the divorce. So this is the rate that has been there in Mumbai. these are the cases before lockdown and cases after lockdown. Here, whatever I'm showing here is, which has been marked in the black color is before lockdown, and in the green color is after lockdown. So we have the comparative studies between the Mumbai, Delhi, Bengaluru, and Kolkata. So in this, we are the second places where in the higher rate of divorce and the domestic violence. And not only that, when we talk about this mental health illness, nowadays recently they had this survey, and because of that reason they got this factable one, that is out of 10 Indians, almost 9 they used to suffer from stress. Okay, so and in that they actually turned up into a mental disorder. There are a possibility of 7.5% in our country, and in that 50 percentage of the problem that has been faced is depression, and with the common disorders like depression and anxiety is very common in both the genders. But the thing is, the role of depression in women's life and the role of depression in the men's life, it's totally different. Okay, so when I talk about this, how it is making changes in the sense, like it actually has this unipolar depression where it is the second leading cause of global disability for our country. It has become a burden for our country. That is recently, that is in the month of October in the year 2020, only they got to know that unipolar depression among the women, it has been the leading one when we talk about the depression. And unipolar depression, they have included even in the ICD-10. Recently they have included, and the symptoms are they used to have this low self-esteem, and they used to have this single phase of like being very depressed, and they feel very low in confidence level. They lose all their interest and all everything. Okay, so next to common mental disorders are anxiety, but predominantly it's more with the women when compared with the men. Okay, and somatic complaints is also the same. And what are the causes? Why do this actually takes place? What are the causes? Is there are main thing is this factor involves our biopsychosocial. Okay, so when we talk about the bio and all, where your genetics plays a role. Okay, it can be a hereditary reason where you get the psychiatric illness, and maybe your psychological well-being is getting affected because of the stress, or because of the loss, something happens in your personal life, or the thing you have experienced in thing. And also in certain cases it can be the society which actually the context you have, the social context you have with the society. So the social context in the sense, how you be socialize with your other people in the society. It can be anybody, that can be your friends, that can be your colleagues, that can be anybody in the outer world. Apart from your close circle, there will be a next circle over it. So when there is an isolated period, or when you put yourself in a loneliness, or when somebody makes you to feel very down in being in a crowd as well. Okay, so that is the state where it will actually make you to be in a sustainable way. That is, you will be having a symptomatic effects for the longer period. For this reason, again, it will convert as a disorder. So here what happens is, when somebody is having a disorder, not only disorder, even when they have a stress, or when they are not that good enough, like they are not okay with the state and all, the main thing what you want to do is just observe them in the sense, like their thought process, like how their logical thing is processing. For example, like how they were in the before and how they are now currently, like evaluating with them, not comparing with others and all, comparing with them. Okay, that is before and now. Okay, and cognition is what are the the way they think, and also the way they actually react to every situation. And the speech. Okay, so speech is one of the main thing which will make you to understand like whether the person is okay or not okay. Reason is because the person that is maybe talking well with you may not talk with you one day. That is fine. Okay, so imagine like they have so drastic changes, that is they are making themselves to be alone, and they are much comfortable only being in alone. But this is not the case in the before period and all, and they feel very down. That is all their appearance to be very down, and also they feel very uncomfortable, disturbed, and not being very in a very proper way comfortable with everyone. All these things will make you to understand that they are not okay. So why this is mainly I'm focusing on this is reason is because many of us don't even talk. That too with the women, like they have many problems in opening out. They don't even vent out their emotions. Like when they get an anger, they don't even say like I am anger now. Okay. So if they are even like even anger also they will not even like express it. They will not even show it with their partners as well. They will actually try to feed everyone, but not for them. For them, they are poor caregiver. Okay. So in these cases, what happens is only the people who is surrounded with her, like they have to observe not only men. It is not only the gender differences plays here. This is something like when the individual is not opening it out, it can be any gender. So observe on all these factors like how they were before and how they are now. Okay. And moving next one is as I told you, this is very common thing. And unipolar depression, I have already listed out here. And there is another main problem that has been faced by the women is postpartum depression. Okay, so this postpartum depression is very very common, no very known disorder now. Reason is many girls, like after getting pregnant and also they have so much of this that anxiety mode and all way they come question all their moves, how to hold the baby, how to feed them, whether they are a good mom, whether they are a bad mom, everything questions. But when it's a reasonable one, when they are trying it for the first time and they have all these anxious, that is okay. But the thing is, when they undergo all these things, at least among these any two of symptoms are there, then they have to consult the doctor. The one is feeling empty and alone with the presence of new one, that is the new arrival of baby. With the presence of that too, like they will feel very empty and they feel very lonely on that. And the next one is they feel no bond and they feel no connection with the new life, that is being in the motherhood, that early period of being in a motherhood. They feel they don't have anybody to share with, or they don't feel comfortable being with others. Okay, and they feel like something irritates them more often, and they feel like they're not okay state, and they feel more discomfort and all these things. And the next symptom will be there, they always doubt themselves, that is being am I a good mom, or I'm not able to play this role in a very good way. Am I satisfiable? Am I doing my good job? All these things will make them to push into a state where their emotions will be in an overwhelming level. Okay, so here what happens is they think in the end process, what they will come to a conclusion is they feel like they will be never be a good mom, never be a good mom. This is something they do for themselves. And next one is next symptom what they have is they will have this uncontrollable cry, and they will have all times they will have that sadness to be there. And because of this reason, they will not enjoy their period of giving birth for a baby at all, and they will not enjoy even a minute things that has been taken place in their environment. They don't even like understand that, and they will filled with the all these negativity, like having the thought of this uncontrollable sadness, and being that very uncontrollable crying. And most often they will find time to cry, that is they wanted somebody to leave. If anybody is leaving again, they will have that crying mode where they will feel that very low in mode. And next one is they the last sign is they will have that thoughts of harming themselves or the baby. So here what happens is when they have this negativity thought, so they will come up with a state only because of this baby arrival. I have come to this state, or I cannot make this baby to be in a very good condition. So why this baby have to be there on the earth, or else like why am I without playing a perfect role? Why do I want to live this life? Okay, all these negativity will be there with the signs of postpartum depression. And if there is any two symptoms are there, like among these, if there is at least of any two symptoms, then you really wanted to go and talk to the professionals who is actually giving you a help. And next one is every time, like we actually have an idea saying like we will go and share our idea to others. Many times we go, we talk, we advise them, but we don't know like what we are doing, whether we are helping them or whether we are hurting them. We don't even know idea about that. So here's some of the things which actually differentiates between helping and also the hurting. I mean, whether you are helping them or whether you are hurting them. First one is I mean, when they are feeling down, when you find somebody with the illness, that can be anything, okay, that can be the depression, that can be schizophrenia or any other psychiatric illness, or I mean, if they also have any stress mode where they come up with the not okay state for the long period, that is okay. So here the thing which you are going to make is 1 minute, I add an error in this slide, which is instead of this wrong, I have to put this right, and instead of this right, I have to make this as wrong. Okay, so here this indication which is there in the blue color, it's going to be your I mean hurt, and which is in the pink color, it's going to be your helping way. So when you talk about this, when you find somebody with a low mood, or when you find somebody is not okay with their emotions, you're having a tough time in actually having their views, then you can go to them and tell them like you understand them. That is you can understand their real illness, what is they are going through, that is having a tough time. Okay, and tell them like you can understand the causes of it, that is whatever thoughts they are having, and also the feelings, whatever the current state. Okay, you can understand them. And one thing is, don't blame them saying like everything is in your mind, you have to come up with the positivity, you have to overcome this negativity, why you always thinking bad. Okay, so in this way you should not think in that way, so that it will burden them and it will stop them to not share any personal things about them. Because anyways, if you're going to tell them saying like it's only in you, only within your head, they are not having the control, because there are biochemical changes which is making them to behave in a different way. Then you cannot come up with an answer like everything is in your brain. They know, they also know, but the thing is the chemical substances and the changes whatever taking place, it's not there in the end. Okay, so next one is tell them, give them a support. That is, emotional support is more needed than the financial support or any other support nowadays. Okay, so being with them and telling them like you're not alone in this, and I'm here for you. All these things will make them to feel very comfortable, and this is how the suicidal prevention will happen. That is, the suicidal count will come down, because when people find there is no one for them, only then they commit suicide. Okay, only then they will end up their life, and not only that, only then they will feel they are getting isolated by the society. When somebody is there to hold their hands, then there is no chances for them to feel that way. So tell them like they are not alone in this world. Okay, and tell them like you are there with them. And what you should not do is, you should not stop them when they vented out. You should not say, stop, okay, that's okay, please don't cry, I feel very bad about that, please, I'm feeling for you. That and all should not happen, because only when they vented out, then only they will come to a state where the relaxing state will come. Or else, like when you talk about that, when you put a stop for the venting out emotions, then automatically it will not help them in a healthy way. And what you have to do is just listen, like just listen, don't interrupt. They don't want actually your advice. Instead, they want somebody to understand their emotions. They want somebody to understand the feelings whatever they have now. For example, as I told you in earlier survey, that is divorce and the this domestic violence and all. So in these cases, like the women will not have the intentionally paranoid thoughts and all. Instead, that might be the one of the symptomatic condition for her to express in her way. So in this way, you cannot say like you are wrong. Women are that way. Women are always suspicious. They always question men. They be very dominant. No, in certain cases, there are illness symptoms as well. Okay. So here, what you want to understand, ask them like whether they are doing it knowingly or unknowingly, whether it's their control or it's out of control, whether they need any professional help and all, then go for that. Only this will happen only when you listen them. It's not like you provide, you provide, you provide every time. When you provide, they will not come up with the transparency at all. So this is the reason why they actually stop and they come to a judgmental idea like nobody is there for me. Okay. The last thing what you can do is you can actually describe, that is when you being a mental health care, you can actually describe them like what you should do and what they shouldn't do, that is harming themselves and yelling at others, and also like making them to be very isolated, and stopping out their hobbies and all, and not socializing with others, all these things, like all these things, or they should not do, because when they're doing this again, it is going to make their state in a very worsened way and not in a healthiest way and all. So what they have to do is, if they find it very hard to be there, let them talk, let them find people to talk, let them vent it out, let them spend some time for themselves, let them take care of them, let them open it out with the problem. All these are do's where what they have to do on this. Okay. And not only this, you being in that state, like when you are working with the mental health care, I mean mental illness people, then again you have to work on with the thing what they have to do. And here what happens is, when you talk with the women and all, when you find, if they are really like ill and you find you want them to be under medication, educate them on the medication, importance of medication, because nowadays most of the family, women in the women at home, whenever they creates a problem, they labeling them, saying like her personality itself in that way, only all a character are that. Okay. So instead, if there is any opportunity to educate them, we have to create a forum for all these common people have to be noticed, like all these symptoms are there, which is connected with a I mean, which connected with their illness and all. And here, to overcome this, you also have to focus all these dietary and also the feeling good hormones. Here, what happens is, this dopamine is something, a reward hormone, where it will make you to feel good. And there are other hormones. Oxytocin is a love hormone, which is actually known to increase trust. And the next one is serotonin, is calm hormone. All these things are okay when we talk about with the mental health workers, then it is fine for them to know all these meaning of this. But what about the common I mean people, and also being at home women, like when they're not that educated, tell them like what will make them to feel good, that is feel good hormone, when they wanted to feel very happy, or when they wanted to be very comfortable, or all their chemical imbalances make them to feel very low, then train them on what they have to do and what they should not do. And these are the things which is they wanted to apply it in a practical way, that is
Ma'am, we couldn't hear you, ma'am. Hello. We can hear you, ma'am. No? Who said hello? Shanta, ma'am, we couldn't hear you, ma'am. Can the others hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I think then it's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
unable to hear you. I think it is on the resource person. I think the resource person has left the session now and hope she will join in a couple of minutes.
Can you all hear my voice now?
We are audible now. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Sorry for the thing. Okay. Yes. Coming back to our session. Uh, 1 minute. Okay. So here, when we wanted to educate them how to make all their hormones to be functioning in a normal way. So here they can do exercises that is which will make their energy to be there throughout the day. That is making a specific time for them in the morning, like 15 minutes, or making them a comfortable time. I mean, maybe in the evening or whenever they feel comfortable they may do the stretches, or this will make them to have their flow of energy for the entire day. And another one is they should follow the method of mindfulness, that is being there with one particular activity there, that is being in that situation and not being a multitasking one, which will make them to be have too much of stress. Because of that reason their well-being will get affected. And they can even, like being a homemaker, they can even have this reconnect attitude, that is making themselves to be having a support group or a group of members where they feel much comfortable with them. Okay. And not only that, they can even take a break, that is being in a very hectic period, that is even a working women or being a homemaker, they can even like take a break. It can be even like once in a week, or a continuous work. Being a homemaker, when they do household work for the long period, again they can take a 10 minutes of break in between, so that they can relax themselves. They can again get back to the work again. That will make them to function in a very normal way. And next one is they can even make comfortable food for them, whatever makes them to feel good, that is an healthier way. Based on their comfortable zone, they can even make a food on that. And not only that, they can even go on with the realistic goals. For example, me being a homemaker, okay, or me being a working woman, there should be perfect goals for them, which actually matches with their potentiality and with also the expectations. What do they have? Okay. And when they setting up the proper realistic goals, then only they will have that matching tendency, where they will not take any disappointments in that way. And when people, like being a woman, when they do all these household works, they think like they don't have to make something new and all. Make something, not, I'm not talking about the dishes, that can be anything, something new in the sense learning of any embroidery, or learning of any new activities, what they do as an hobby and all, or learning about new skills. All these things will make them to uh, be in a very proper functioning way, which will help them in the well-being. And they can even like have this when they're setting up this realistic goals, they can even go with the attitude of accept and modify, like when they accept, I mean when they have prepared some dishes, or the work they have done in the workplace and all, if something goes wrong, that's okay for the minute. It can be there and learn from it, and they can modify from there, which will make their them to travel in a growth zone. Okay. And let them, first of all, they have to take care of themselves. Because of that reason only, they can actually make them to be very being a woman. Every time they actually share love, and they actually take care of others, instead they have to spend a certain limited amount of time for them as well. And not only that, being a woman, they should also have this ability to listen to their body when they have aches, when they have a stomach ache, when they have a headache, or whatever reason is. Every aches have a reason, and that is the causal factor for your stress. And also there are other indications which shows you like you're not okay for that period, and where it requires a resting period for you. For that reason, you have to sense your body, and you have to listen to your body, and whatever it's trying to tell you, you have to understand in that way, so that it will make you to function in a very very productive way, and also very very strengthening way in your life. And now and then you have to make sure that you actually take sufficient naps and rest whenever you need it. And every night, like going to bed is not a big deal in Ramadan. Every women used to think, but going to bed also will create a changes in all their hormones. When they go whenever they go to bed, the sufficient sleep and the timing whenever they go to the bed, that also creates a change in your in their biological. And because of that reason also, all their functioning of their well-being will be there. And moreover, putting them, in the worries, instead of being in a worry state, they have to put them in a perspective state. That is, if there is any problem arises, instead of thinking like why this has happened, why only for me, instead this state they have to think like how to handle this, or what this is trying to teach me, or how I can proceed with that. Do I want any support, or do I wanted to proceed this way? So when you have this vision in a clear way, all your worries will not burdening it out. Instead, you will actually, you will find the solution for your problem. And next one is, instead of appreciating everyone in your surrounding, it's better to actually appreciate yourself for the small achievements you do. If you have prepared your dishes on time and it is very tastiest and everybody says like it's good, you can appreciate yourself. You don't want your husband, or you don't want other family members whom you expect them to appreciate you. For that reason, you can be a feeder for yourself, for your growth, for your productivity. So try to have this self-love and congratulate yourself on the small achievements, whatever you do. And next one is, if you find still if you find there is something a difficulty in actually which is actually affecting your well-being, then you have to reach your professionals whenever you are in the need. Okay, there is nothing wrong in talking with the counselor. There is nothing wrong if you go to a psychologist. There is nothing wrong if you share your problem with others and all. You have to think like it's very normal for others. Like this is a part of your health in the sense, not only your body, not only your not only your appearance, not only that. This is something where this is also where it's similarly like where this will drive you with the functioning, that is your productivity. Whether it's a college going, then again it's a functioning matters in your academic. When you're a homemaker, the functioning matters in the peace in your home. Okay, when you're working women, again the productivity is there in the office. So all these things has a root cause in that. And moreover, one thing which I would like to add on here is, there is one particular way of handling on that. That is main is reprogramming the brain to think more positively. That is as Rick Hansen's approach. He was talking about the conditioning theory and all. This is one of the things where they focus on the reprogramming the brain. Instead, I am not that worth enough. I am an unluckiest person. I'm not going to do this. I am not potential enough to do this. I don't deserve to be this. Instead of all these things, like you actually reprogram your brain with a positive thinking. And not only that, when you have this sort of like discomfort or being with the people, like you get the negative vibe or you filled with all the criticism and you don't feel much comfortable with being any individual, you actually get used to it. For the certain people with the negativity place, negativity situation, negativity people, again it will drain your energy. It will make you to feel very low in confident level. So in that cases, if you have practiced you in that state, first put yourself to come out from that state. You have to learn yourself to reprogram your brain to not stay there. Okay, it will be tough for you to come out, but still train yourself to engage in other activities, to come out, to change the environment, so that the strengthening behavior will also be there, which will make your well-being in a proper functioning way. Yes, is there any doubt on this or any question based on this?
Not yet, ma'am, but we couldn't see your slides. Is that the way you wanted to do, ma'am, because of the connection?
Actually, in my laptop, I don't have the my battery got drained. Okay, so again, I'm
Okay.
connecting it.
Then share it
Anyways, I
with
will
the.
share this PPT with the group. Okay, so that you can actually have a look on that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, are you still continuing your talk, or have you done with it, ma'am?
Yeah, I am done with that because we are supposed to finish 15 minutes before. So I thought of ending it up now. So if there is any question regarding this, so that we can go on that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a nice presentation. And now I request the participants to discuss with the resource person or put your questions in the chat box so that we can discuss, or you are very much open to share your feedback or any observation in the topic. Most welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear your voice.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. It was a wonderful teaching. Thank you. It's really very enlightening. Hello, ma'am. I have a question here. I have
One
a
by one?
ma'am.
One by
Yes, yes.
one. Ma'am, please proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, yeah, you have discussed about postpartum depression, right? So, like, I have heard that if postpartum depression is not treated at stage, very hard to treat. Is it so, ma'am? Hello.
Shanta ma'am, did you hear the question from Devi ma'am? Shanta ma'am, can you hear us?
Hello, ma'am. I think she's not here. Like,
She's there in the group, ma'am. Shanta ma'am, if you can hear me, you don't have to share the slides now because you're going to share in the group. Can you kindly rejoin to answer the question asked by Devi ma'am?
hello, Shanta, ma'am.
என்ன ஆகுது இந்த சிஸ்டம்?
Shanta ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes, now only it's audible. Before that, I had so much of disturbances. I couldn't hear whatever you were talking before. So can you just repeat it? Is there any question so far?
Yeah, ma'am. It
Yes,
was Devi
ma'am.
ma'am who asked a question on postpartum. Devi ma'am,
Okay.
please repeat it.
Yes. Yeah. Hi,
Am I
ma'am.
audible or
I
I'm
have
very
a
low in my voice?
Clear, ma'am. We
Now
heard some
audible, ma'am.
noises before, but now it's okay.
Did they drop in the chat box or what?
Ma'am,
No,
she
ma'am. I
asked
have a
the
question.
question. She asked the question and now she's going to repeat it for you, ma'am.
Am I audible now? Or like I'm getting so much of disturbances from your side.
Ma'am, you are audible to
Drop a
us.
message in your chat box. That would be better if you do that.
Devi ma'am and Vijaypriya ma'am, can you put the questions in the chat box so that we can see an answer to you, ma'am?
Yeah, just tell me like postpartum depression, what you really wanted on that?
Question in the chat box, ma'am. Can I read it for you?
Yes, please.
Regarding postpartum depression, can it be treated at later stages? For example, after fewer years.
Yes, it can be treatable.
Ma'am, actually, a lot of noises is coming from your side.